Today, I want to share you guys the ultimate 5-step blueprint to landing your first job right out of college. And this is the exact same methods that I've applied for myself, and I ended up landing a software engineer job. And you don't have to be a software engineer. You could be any profession or occupation that you want. It will definitely speed up the process and increase your chances tremendously in terms of finding your job. The first step is that you want to identify your career goals. Now, I know this may sound really straightforward, but really think about what you like doing, right? Even if you graduated with a computer science degree, for example, or a business degree, you can always change the route of career that you're in. You don't ever want to force yourself to, just do something because you got a degree in it. Like, you want to do a self-reflection here of what you like doing in the past. Do you like working with people? Do you like working with hands-on tools? Just think on it and just reflect on it for a second, because the choice that you're going to make in terms of applying a job may actually affect you a long time in your career. Try to also do some job market research and see if there are any fields that you may be interested in and also aligns with your personal goals and hobbies as well. And take like personality or career assessments to see what career might work well for you. You never know, right? If you take these online assessments, they might actually suggest you careers that you haven't even thought of that makes pretty good money and also aligns with your interests and goals. Now, step number 2 is to build a strong resume and just kind of make a draft cover letter containing all your different experiences, courses, and different things about yourself that may align with several companies in your field. Remember to always tailor the resume that you're creating to the job that you're applying for. So if the job you're applying for example, has different requirements, try to implement that and incorporate it in your resume. Okay, don't be lazy. Try to change some things up to make it seem like it actually is a perfect match for that job listing from the company. You definitely also want to highlight all the relevant experience and skills that's related to that job. And you want to use strong action verbs and quantifiable achievements that you've made to, showcase your accomplishments and brag about yourself in a professional manner. And again, most importantly, you want to look professional. Make sure you proofread your resume and don't make it like 3-4 pages, right? You want to make it short, concise, and just easy to read by a human, and also easy to read by a resume screener. Step number 3 after you have your resume is to start networking, right? Now you have a piece of paper containing all your information, your strengths, your backgrounds, experience, whatever it may be. Now you got to show it off to people, right? If you just make a resume and not show it off to anybody or companies, who's going to see it, right? Who's going to know your name? You want to attend different career fairs, different industry events, job fairs in your school, job fairs around the city, whatever it may be, and meet with professionals in your desired field. You can also connect with alumni, your old professors, your peers, and social media platforms like LinkedIn to actually get your name known as well. And they're also able to check out your profile and see what you've done in the past. Because keep in mind, some companies actually do offer referral bonuses. So maybe your peers or somebody that you might know sees your profile, is interested in what you're doing, and might want to refer you into their company, right? Step number 4, obviously, is to start applying for jobs. Now, what this means is that you want to start going onto job posting websites, right? Like LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, Indeed, Google Jobs, and just kind of mass apply. And I'm telling you, you got to mass apply. You can't just apply once, right? You have to really look at the listing, look at the requirements, and like I said, grab the requirements, throw it in the resume. And again, after applying for your job, you can actually always send a follow-up message to the recruiter, right? What I used to do is after I cold applied and filled in an application online, I could actually go to LinkedIn, find that company that I just applied for, and look for a technical recruiter or just really any HR or recruiter in there, and just kind of shoot them a message like, hey, my name is Jeremy. I have a computer science background. I'm interested in the software engineer role. I would love it if you can review my application as well as give me some pointers on how I can land this job, as that would be greatly appreciated. And to my surprise, some people actually read the message, and not only that, but also replied to me and had a conversation afterwards. So you never know, it's worth a shot, and you can definitely just give it a try because, obviously it doesn't hurt your chances to try, right? And if you can't find a full-time job for the time being, don't be afraid to apply for internships, and don't be afraid to apply for jobs with higher positions, because you never know if you're actually qualified for something that you think you're actually underqualified for. As soon as you're getting used to this application process, it'll eventually just be autopilot with clicking your resume, name, little checkboxes, drop down menus, and whatever. And last but not least, the 5th step in this blueprint of landing a job is going to be to start practicing for your interviews. When you already get a couple callbacks and interviews scheduled, you always want to make sure you research the company thoroughly and what they actually do, right? Because a lot of the companies, they actually ask you what do we do? What's our mission? What's our vision? What is our company trying to do in the next 5 years? And if you're not doing your thorough research, you may actually just embarrass yourself and be like, hey, I don't know, right? But at least if you do some research and you get a question about the company that kind of throws you off, at least you already know a couple information about them, because it really shows the company that, hey, you actually are interested in this position and you're not just, applying just for fun and just throwing in a bunch of applications. You also want to practice responding to common interview questions, as there are a bunch of practice interview questions online that you could practice from. You could ask your family, you could ask your friends to kind of do a mock interview with you and just tell them to ask any questions they want. So it could kind of stump you and just really make you think on the spot of coming up with a good answer on what they're asking you. Be sure you dress professionally, make sure all the tech works. If it's a video interview, make sure your webcam works, your microphone works. If it's an in-person interview, make sure you calculate the traffic, directions, and find parking as well, because you don't want to be late and you want to leave a great first impression. You definitely don't want to make your interviewer wait for you. And lastly, a very, very important step in an interview process is that you always want to give them a follow-up thank you email saying, hey, thanks for your time, thanks for our conversation, looking forward to hearing back from you and moving on with the next step. It just kind of shows them that you're being grateful and you're showing gratitude towards them for taking their time and just talking with you and just getting to know you a little better, possibly consider you for that role. Now, as I've said, I've applied all these 5 steps right before I graduated college, which actually helped me end up where I am today as a full-time software engineer. I can assure you that you'll speed up the process and actually increase your chances of landing a great job that you actually want right out of college. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the like and hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.